Hey folks, this is Billy DKY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is Build the Relationship, Following the Way of Growth, application number 3, part 2, so you already know that. So anyway, principle 5, question everything. Do we need this or do we want this? So there's a couple you're wanting to do. So let's say you got a house and you're looking at a new house, you're like, man, I'd really like to have that new house. Well, do you need it or do you want it? Because I promise you, if you focus on going towards your wants, you're going to put undue pressure on the relationship. It's going to be harder to stay together. It may be the undoing of it, and you don't even realize it. Like I said before, going towards the essence brings things together. Going away from the essence tears things apart. That may be a destruction of your relationship, and you don't even see it coming. Again, focus on your needs, not your wants. Because typically when you focus on a want, you have to give up a need of some sort that you didn't realize. Focus on your needs, forget about your wants. That's huge, so don't underestimate it. What did your partner say and what did your partner mean? You know, a lot of times when you're frustrated, you say a lot of stuff and it's hard to get your words out and you're frustrated like a 2-year-old because you can't get your point across effectively. So you need to pay more attention to what your partner really meant than what they said. And this leads to another point. Men prefer straight talk, women prefer subtler talk. So don't be frustrated that your spouse or partner doesn't think and talk the way you would want them to talk to you. Learn how to communicate the way they understand you. So, with a man, if you're a woman talking to a man, you need to talk a little straighter to him. And if you're a woman, if you're a woman, you need to learn to talk a little straighter to your man. And again, don't get frustrated. Just learn how to deal with it. Again, use the pay attention. Pay attention to what's working. Is straight talk working better, or is subtler talk? Okay, next question you could ask yourself, am I spending too much time at work? And why are you spending too much time at work? You know, investigate it. Think about it. Maybe you're running from the relationship somehow. You know what questions you need to ask, so just ask them. It's just that simple. Just do it. Ignore nothing, but do not obsess about anything either. So, you know, you want to find that balance all the time. Remember baby steps. Everything baby steps. Okay, principle 6. Know your teacher reality. If it works, do it. If it doesn't work, don't do it, and pay attention so you know the difference. You know, I mean, you're just going to have to, and that's what leads to the next point, try different things and see what works. You're never going to know if you don't try. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to try a few things. Again, remember baby steps in all your efforts. And be open-minded to things that you may not expected would work, because a lot of times what I found in my spiritual journey is a lot of things work that I didn't expect, and it's not the way I wanted it to be, it's just the way it is. Your relationship isn't going to be great by luck. You're going to have to invest some time in it, just like anything else. Like I said before, you ain't going to get lucky at working to be successful. Now you may find luck may still hit you if you're in the right spot, but you know, you've got to put the time in to get lucky. Principle 7, know your enemies, ego and pleasure. And this is the only two enemies in life. It's the root of all problems. All problems between men and women stem from ego and pleasure, and individually, that's all all problems stem from that. Don't let your ego make you ignore what is most important, your family, for what really isn't that important, your job. Here goes a pleasure thing for men. Avoid the porn. You know you shouldn't be looking at it. Don't get on the web looking at porn, fantasizing about other women. You need to deal with that desire. Plain and simple. Women, romance novels. You don't need to be fantasizing about some guy sweeping you off your feet. You're setting yourself up for failure. Don't do it. It's female porn is what it is. So if you want to understand why men are doing the porn, when you're doing the romance novels, you're doing the same thing in your own way. Avoid sitting around talking about cheating with your friends. You want to sit around with your girlfriends and point out some hunk, or sitting with your guys and talk about that chick, how good her body is. It's failure. You're setting up failure in mind. Baby step failures again. Avoid the ego defense in your relationship. Be honest. It may be hard to be honest in the moment, but you can be honest after that. You know what I mean? Maybe you were wrong. Maybe you need to admit you're wrong. It's okay to be wrong. It's not okay not to learn. Principle 8, seek harmony and peace. Work together, not against each other. It's amazing what you can do together if you'll just work together. I mean, how do you get stuff done at work? You work together with people. And when you get somebody you can't work with, what's that do? You hate being around them all day long. So if you can't work together, you probably don't really need to be together. Plain and simple. Find the right balance of being together and being apart. I see this all the time. People spend too much time together, and I've made that same mistake. And it leads to such misery. I can't even explain how miserable you'll be if you spend too much time together. I seen this couple at the park. They're arguing and fussing. I said, all y'all really need to do is get away from each other. Spend a couple days apart, and you start loving each other again. You spend too much time with your best friend, you're gonna get irritated with them. You need some time apart. What do you do with your best buddy? Hey man, I'm tired of being around you. I'm going home. Yeah, see you later. Get out of here, jerk. Stuff like that. Get away from each other. You spend too much time together. Maybe you don't need to spend that vacation time together. Maybe you need to spend it apart. And again, if you trust each other, you ain't gonna be worried about each other cheating. So again, trust is big. Go her way a little bit. Pull her your way a little bit. Again, baby steps. There's always a softer way to deal with your partner. Try to find it. Always. Again, it'll build dividends. Just the effort of trying and getting your mind to wanting to work on it will build dividends over time. A tree didn't get to be 50 feet tall over one night. It did it through years and years, 20 or 30 years of baby steps. So don't underestimate baby steps. Principle 9, simplicity. Learning to live simple will take a lot of pressure off the relationship. Again, go towards your needs, forget about your wants. I'm telling you, if you don't, it will make your relationship miserable in ways you can't even fathom. It may be better to spend your vacation time at home fixing and cleaning things around the house than flying to Hawaii. If you take that vacation time and spend it at home cleaning and doing all these things that you need to do, then your work week starts back up after a week, and you're like, man, everything at house, then your whole life is going better for the next several months because you spent that time investing in home life being better. Or maybe investigating things around home, the local park that you never seen, that you're like, damn, this is actually pretty nice. You run into new people that you didn't expect you're going to run into, and you find new joys to have throughout the year because you invested in at home instead of Hawaii, which you're going to meet people that you're never going to see again, really. Have you considered growing a garden? People who are close to nature have an unbelievable... It's hard to break your faith when you see something growing. You just start understanding how life works a little bit. I don't know. It's just something about having your hands in the dirt even. It's just good for you. So you might want to consider that on your vacation instead of going to Hawaii. Try and uncomplicate the relationship as much as possible. Okay, in summary. The real way to build a relationship is to get closer to the essence of life, individually and together. And that's when I say get close to the essence, that's growing that garden. It's like I say, it's just focus on your needs, not your wants. Following those principles and really applying them, using baby steps, because that's how the universe really builds things, through baby steps. Okay. To read more about the 9 universal principles of growth, you can visit my blog by clicking the first link in the information section of this video. I will also have a playlist of the applications of growth, which that just popped up. And click it, and you can go and see the other applications, which there's only 2 at this point, but nonetheless, they're still pretty good. Good luck on building your relationship. It really is one of the most important parts of your life, which the first most important thing is basically your spiritual path, finding it, and that's basically those 9 principles, is a spiritual path that won't get you whacked out, with all kinds of false beliefs and cult mentality and so anyway, please rate, and until next time, which I think the next video will either be next Friday or the following Friday. I don't know if I'm going to do this every week or every 2 weeks, because it takes quite a bit of time really to figure out how this applies to everything. So anyway, you can look forward to that if you like it. And then until next time, later folks.